Having seen Rampage Jackson's son, Roger Jackson jump in the ring like he did, that was just before I even say what it was, let me just say this. The man said that he crushed the man, well, we saw it. I'm talking about what he said. We saw him crush the can um against Roger Jackson's head. And while that was inappropriate, while that was, wrong, especially seeing as though, Roger Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son, was not a worker. He was not a worker. And so he was mistaken to have been a worker, allegedly. It's a lot I could say that I probably won't say. But, if you look at the climate, look at the individuals around Roger Jackson, maybe he thought he was being made fun of. From what I see, from what I was able to piece together, that was obviously dead wrong. You should never did that. But it looked like they had pieced it up. It looked like they had squashed it. They let it go. And somehow, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, Roger Jackson was supposed to get a little get back. A little get back. And it wasn't supposed to be, full of malicious intent. It looked like, okay, I'm going to run in. I'm going to get a spot. I'm going to go in. I'm going to do a body slam in the match. But that body slam turned absolute heinous. First Rogers just kind of just went into the ring off kilter, slams on when he's got his back turned. He slammed, I forget the other man's name, but he slams the wrestler, and then he just unloads on him, just climbs on top of him, unloads. And it takes the ref a minute to figure out, like, hey, what's going on? He's like, wait a minute. Then you need the interaction, the interceptance of other wrestlers to jump in and, to intercede, because, there's no telling how bad he would have beat this man. There's no telling. So, it's, for me personally, when I look at it, it's like, bro, you got to do better. You said you forgave the man, but what was that? Like, you got that much rage inside of you? And then it was said that he had, suffered a concussion. So I'm not going to make excuses, though. I'm not going to do, I'm going to take the concussion symptoms into account. But look, we can't be doing this. We can't. We just can't. I mean, this gives us a black eye. This gives us people a black eye, because look, we don't have our emotions in check. If you're that pissed off, leave. And now, they're talking about pressing charges on them. The police are looking into this. Yeah, this definitely could have been preventable. Definitely could have been prevented. Like, I mean, wrestling, there are things about it that's real. There really are. Like the moves that are being done, come on, that's real life stuff. But these are choreographed matches, and the finishes and everything, they're planned out. And the way he ran in was just unacceptable, because, like, you did one move and then you're supposed to get out of there, is right? But he just goes ahead and he just starts punishing. Like, what if you beat the man to death or something? Then what? Then you're going up for unalive charges. So I totally disagree with his actions. 110% disagree with his actions, because you didn't get a chance. The man never had a chance to fight back. He just started demolishing him. And I get it. I think Roger's like a UFC fighter, like he's dead. Somebody correct me and tell me, am I right? Am I wrong? But yeah, he came in that ring and he just was a brute. He absolutely punished the man, and he never stood a chance. The guy on the mat was bleeding. And I hate to say this, but if I'm him, I'm not giving you. I'm not giving you a pass. Like, if I'm the victim in that situation, I'm not giving you a pass. If I'm the plaintiff, I'm pressing charges, man. Yeah, because you could have took the man's life with your fist. Like, that's just not cool. Like, there's a place and a time, and that's not the place and the time. And if it is a place and a time, it needs to be your life, your kids, your wife, a husband, somebody like that. It's got to be somebody, that you really love like that you fighting for. And just not good, man. That is no bueno. So Roger Jackson, don't wanna pound on him like too hard, but at the same time, because I know at this point he probably got to feel like, damn, what did I do? But we talk about accountability. and we talk about like responsibility. And so yeah, you gotta be responsible for this one. You know, you in the ring, you manned up, you took it way, way, way overboard, and it's got to be some culpability there. But in any case, y'all, tailoring things, sharing my thoughts on the Roger Jackson piece of news that's got everybody going, like thinking, like, what's up with bro? But anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out.